How's everybody hanging? We're currently here waiting for the Q&A to start. Hopefully we'll get some information of what's going on this year with the new box set. So let's sit back and enjoy.
Welcome, everybody. Hope all is well. I don't think we've done a chat on the stage. I don't think I've done that on my Discord. Certainly haven't done it here since this is new. So I don't remember. I'm not familiar. I'm not familiar with, like, can you react or anything? Do you guys have reactions? Yeah, it's not looking like I can see them if you do. So we got Joe already here. Joe's sorting out his audio. Dave is on the way. I think he's trying to log in, but he just set up his account. So we're getting him in here. If you guys do have questions, right next to the stage in the questions for LP section, you can drop those questions in there, and we're going to be answering those, talking about Lost, talking about the 20th anniversary of Meteora, and I don't know, whatever else you guys want to talk about. I'm going to shut this mic off for one more second just to see how we're doing with Dave and Joe, and I'll be right back. Right, I think I can hear Dave. Dave, you in here?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, man. We still don't have Joe. Joe is, I can see him. He's in the chat. He's on the stage, but we just don't have audio yet. So it might be I'm not sure if that's like a hardware thing or whatever. We'll get him soon. We'll get him eventually. Dave, just so you know, you can, like, while you're like logged into the stage, you can also click on like general chat. You can also click on questions for LP and like actually type in there if you want to. I'm actually, for those of you guys who are listening, I'm over in the general chat as well while we do this. And we're going to be reading some questions from the band Q&A questions for LP section as well. So it's a lot of multitasking here, I think. Dave, how was your birthday, first of all?
It was pretty solid.
Pretty solid.
You know, my birthday is usually just it's usually just things for your birthday. It's most of my birthday is.
You didn't have the Grammys didn't sit on top of your birthday this year.
Yeah, that's usually a highlight of my years when the Grammys fall on my birthday. You know that, Mike. It's kind of celebrating appropriately. Wink, wink.
Hey, they're saying that it sounds to me too like the connection is a little funky. Are you on Wi-Fi? Are you out and about?
Give me like 2 minutes. I'll get it fixed. I'm having a little bit of an issue with my thing here, but I'll get it fixed.
Okay, cool. The chat and general chat is saying happy birthday, Dave. The whole chat is saying, I think there are thousands of people. Thanks for that, you guys. We're at 2,700 in the audience for the stage. That's amazing. and we have a lot of questions in the questions for LP. So I'm going to just since my audio is working, I'm just going to kind of randomly pick a couple. I'm literally just scrolling through questions for LP on my phone, and I'm just going to stop and like whatever shows up on my screen, I'm going to answer that. So, because there's way too many questions to actually answer all of them. Let's see, J. Okay, but I can't. The name is crazy here. J. Rod Haybear 0917. JRodHaybear.bat asks what our favorite demos from Meteora. So the stuff that's included in Meteora 20. Okay, so just let me backtrack before I answer that question. Meteora 20 is coming out. Oh God, I'm losing the date. April, beginning of April, and
Yeah.
it's like it's like 5 records, 3 DVDs, 4 CDs, a book. There's art. There's stickers. There's stencil. It's a huge package. It's like such a great shout out real quick to the folks at Warner Brothers, to Ryan and Trish, to Alex, to Frank Maddox for doing all this art. Shout out to Boris Delta, who did he's the guy on he's Meteora Man, but Boris was the guy that did the kind of like geometric painting on the cover of Meteora. Everybody put in a lot of work getting all this stuff together, helping find old demos, old footage. Oh, and shout out to Mark Fiore too for editing an incredible like behind the scenes documentary for this thing. Really cool. My favorite thing. Okay, so my favorite things in the package. This is just me and Dave. If you can hear me, you can follow up with yours. My favorite things in the package are, first of all, the documentary thing, like the 90-minute. It's like basically clips of us on tour, and some of it is like extended clips of things you might have seen from LPTV. Like if there was like a 30 or 90-second clip on LPTV, this gives you like the full like 5 minutes of whatever that clip was. But it's like, there's also just all this other stuff that you guys never seen. So super fun. And then in terms of the demos, there is a one album in this box set called The Lost Demos, and there are a bunch of demos on there. There's like stuff that became other songs. There's stuff that didn't become other songs, and you guys haven't heard those. And there's stuff with vocals. So excited for you to hear not only Lost, which just came out this morning, but a couple of those other songs. Keep an ear out for Fighting Myself, I think, is one that I would recommend you check out. Dave, you there? Can you hear us? Do you have any thing to add?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm in a wrestling match right now with technology, and I think I'm losing.
I think you just pulled up in front though. I think you just
trying
got
to
ahead. You sound
Is
way
there
better.
a speakerphone setting on this app?
Is what?
How I can put this on
Speakerphone?
speakerphone?
Oh, were
It's
you on
set-
headphones?
No, I tried it on my computer, and then the mic's not working, and then so I switched back to my phone, but now I can't hear anything.
We're gonna get the hang of this, guys. We're gonna figure this out.
Now I know why it's called Discord.
Well, the good news is you both sound great, and we can hear both of you. So this helps me out a lot, so that
What's
I'm not
bad
just the one
news?
here just blabbering.
Is there any bad news at this point?
No, there's no bad news. The chat is very happy they can hear you both. Okay, guys. Let's see. We've got some questions. I'm just gonna pick a couple of questions from the questions for LP channel. Do we know how many songs on the Lost Demos have vocals? Do we know? I think there's at least there's vocals on at least 4, maybe a bunch more that have like pieces of vocals or things that turned into like songs from Meteora.
Yeah, I don't know how many have, I mean, I feel like most of them do have vocals, but I can't remember for sure.
How many don't have vocals?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it.
I'm
They
assuming
sent
all
me.
of them have
They
vocals.
sent me. They sent me a like a box. They sent me the package, and I'm not allowed to open it because I'm supposed to do like an unboxing. They want me to do an unboxing on Twitch or on social media or something. TBD, still figuring that out. But yeah, so it's sitting here in the room with me in a box that I'm not supposed to open.
I think
Yeah.
there might be a surprise dick in there.
I don't even know what that means.
You never know.
I always think like this reminds me of
Dick
the
in a box.
conversation. Oh, there you go. This reminds me of the conversation whenever there's like questions about particulars where it's just I feel like it's starting to be a setup for me to just make myself look like an idiot where I like can't remember one of our song names or something like that. I feel like moving forward we should have like if that's going to be the type of question or style of question, we should have somebody from like LPA or somebody who or even like Ryan, somebody who knows a lot of the minutia and can just like bust that out. Like we need our own version of like a Google that you can just throw any of those types of
Like a show
detail
producer.
oriented questions. Yeah. Like the other day I couldn't I won't say the particular numbers in case my kids do listen, but I couldn't remember the exact date of one of my children's like their birthday. I was like, I know it's either the like 14th or the 16th, but I always reverse them in my head kind of thing. Yeah. So a question
Yeah,
like
man.
which or how many have vocals, which don't. I'm gonna pretend like I can make up an answer, but it's not gonna be a very trustworthy one.
There are. Oh my God, there are so many questions in the questions for LP channel. Bright Horizons. We can knock out a couple of quick ones. Will there be any more Linkin Park Funko Pops? I guess we have 2, don't we? We have a Hybrid Theory one and a Reanimation one. So we don't have a plan for more at this point, but
what
we've
would be a
got them.
good next one?
Right? I feel like we missed an opportunity there to do a Meteora guy Funko. It's too bad they won't do like a Funko that's like kneeling down like the spray can, like the cover. What was the other one? I just saw another one we could we could do real quick. What was the inspiration for the name Meteora? That's a question for you guys. What do you remember Meteora? How do you remember us arriving at the name Meteora for the album?
I remember being on tour. I believe we're in Europe and seeing a travel magazine. And there was this really cool island in Greece, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was Greece. Could have been Italy. But
No, I think it's Greece. It's Greece.
yeah, there's this like really cool. It's just very picturesque. It was big monastery on the island. That so you basically see a rock with a really cool building on it, and I think there was just something really cool and mysterious about it that lent itself to a story. And the name of the island was Meteora. So without knowing anything about it, it just led to a curiosity about the place. And I think I think at that time we're just always hungry for new concepts and different inspirations. So that was just it automatically got became a candidate for having whether it be an album title or a song title or something. That was just something that we bookmarked from that moment on.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, that's how
remember
I
in that
remember
time
it that way
period.
too.
I remember in that time period for me that I just felt like, and maybe we never even got much better, but I felt like we were so bad at naming things. Like our process to name things it was just like somebody tries to be serious and then everybody just throws in jokes for a long time and then we just end up giving up and having to come back to it like the next day. And then that process repeats for forever. That in the process of trying to name that album, I remember Meteora as being kind of like the first idea that came in that was kind of like, oh, okay, that seems like it has potential and is cool and doesn't already like it's got its own clean slate, doesn't push any buttons yet in my head. It's got its own clean slate to be whatever it is. And at the same time, like it doesn't have anything else competing against it because all the other ideas or names were just us trying to make each other laugh and be ridiculous. Um,
Right.
so it almost won as like a candidate that runs unopposed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we could never. I think that was the low point in terms of us naming
Right.
things. Like in terms of our process of naming things, like we were so every time we got on the subject of naming anything, it took us how long do you think we'd stay serious?
Less than a minute.
It was like literally like two serious suggestions. Oh, what about this thing? And then somebody be like, "Oh, that's interesting. What about this thing?" And then it'd be like jokes.
All it would take was for somebody to try to say something that was real and for somebody else to just give it a I don't really like it or a meh. And then then we were done. It was straight up to like, what if it was shake ya patootie? Like just then we're okay, this is the end of any potential productivity here. Like we're now just throwing out ridiculous
Yeah.
we're tired
Oh, we'd
tired
make
and
fun of,
unfinished.
well, yeah, and then somebody would suggest something like earnestly, and we would immediately make a joke version of whatever they suggested.
Right.
And I think we realized during that period of time, like that was a bad habit to get into. It was like it was a bit like it was a little insulting, like a little bit like rude to the other person, and it's like kind of the start of a bad culture. I know that we like intentionally tried to get away from doing that, but we still did it.
I think Chester was the ringleader in as far as taking it to a bad place.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
think it was you. I think it was you, buddy. I think
No, I mean
you and
I would
Chester went back and forth
I would take it
most
there,
of the
but
time.
Chester would keep it there. Like
100%. That's true. Yeah, that's
yeah,
100% true.
yeah.
He because well the problem was I think for me I could see on your like even if you two were trying to like not say anything, I could see on your face that you were thinking it, and so immediately it devolved because it was like even though you weren't saying anything off topic or whatever, I knew it was about to go there or that you wanted to take it there, and so it's just like, oh, forget it, we can't name anything. um This is a really funny tangent. Um, Somebody asked, Mike 2202 says, "What's the story behind Lost?" Well, the story behind the song is that, I mean, basically, like we just started looking for things for this Meteora box set, and we found it, and I kind of forgot how finished it was. Like I remembered that the song existed. I just didn't realize we got all the way to like it was a mixed, finished song.
Right. Yeah, I think that was. I knew that there was. I knew that this song existed as well, but I didn't realize until we kind of got back into it that we had taken it all the way through the process in the studio, and that it literally was kind of like in the running and just didn't necessarily fit perfectly in the album. It was just a little bit outside of, I guess, the margin for what we wanted to make the album. But I had no idea either that it went through the entire process with everything else.
Yeah, I think I feel like we had a song or two that had the same type of feel, or at least at that time we thought it felt similarly enough. So as far as us wanting to represent a spectrum of different vibes and energy, like that bucket was filled at that moment. So we just voted on whatever that other song was.
Mm-hmm.
I like vaguely remember also that after Hybrid Theory, we had a couple different things that had popped up that needed potentially like an extra track or something that was previously unreleased. Like there was a like a specialty album maybe for Japan for that market that had and with that also we did My December for like a K-Rock release and all this stuff. And I remember I was thinking a little bit at Meteora, like even if this song or a couple songs, even if we don't put them on this album, there's always going to be spots where it's going to be awesome to have them and use them. And then I just think that we never used it. Like we just kind of pressed forward and it never circled back to that.
Mm. There was another question about how if there was any retouching done to the music for the Meteora 20 project. I think the answer is basically as little as possible was the kind of approach. Like in theory, we didn't want to change the shape of like what we had made. So when we were putting this package together, there were there were songs that were just two track, like left, right, like an MP3. There were songs that were basically like an MP3, and then there were a few that seemed like they needed something. They needed like an adjustment in order to be more done. So that was only two songs, and so I took those. We had multis for those, so I took the multis and I basically mixed them because they weren't like assembled and mixed, and then we just mastered the whole thing to kind of for it to all sound cohesive. So tried not to touch them. Try to keep it like the sound of the music consistent with like appropriate for the time. Somebody asked like at one point if we would like if there's a reason to like do remastered versions of like any of our albums, and I think the sound of mastering hasn't really changed that much since Hybrid Theory, and so remastering isn't really a thing, at least for our Linkin Park albums.
Yeah, maybe if there's like down the line, if there's a new technology where it really seems important and appropriate, we would do it. But that being said, we've talked about doing surround audio, but aside from the novelty of it, it's I think there's a certain intention that we did writing the songs that were coming out of the speakers the way it did. So yeah, I mean, I think we actually did some experiments on some stuff where separating the sound and making things more spatial didn't make the song sound better. It would, in some ways, it lost some of the magic of the impact of the dynamics of the song.
Yeah. Do you remember DVD audio when they did?
Yeah,
the label
actually,
did that technology.
The fun one that was actually when we did a surround mix for Reanimation, and that was very specific to I guess the DVD players and kind of what video game like Xboxes and stuff were doing. So that was more like a fun like added thing
Yeah.
because the intention of that remix album was to be radical. So there was a lot of fun stuff on that. But
If anybody in the chat who's listening wants to check that out, Joe's talking about it was, they called it at the time a DVD audio release. So you can find it's in the format of a DVD. Like you have to play it on a 5.1, or I think at the time it would have been 5.1, not like 7.1 or whatever.
Was it called like Super DVD or something like that? Or
I thought it was called DVD audio.
yeah,
Am
I
I
think
wrong?
you're right.
Well, okay, so
Yeah,
I'm sure the
I
chat
think
will
you're right.
figure it out. Like go look for, if you want to check that out, you can probably find a used one somewhere on eBay or something. What was the question here? Oh, there was actually a question. Let me just go off. Oh, there's an off-topic question, and I actually want to address a couple of other questions. There's a couple people have asked about, are we doing new music? What's going on? So there's some folks that have that are showing up for the in the Discord here who aren't up to speed on what's happening this week or whatever. So yeah, welcome. Thank you guys for joining us. It is we are doing a 20th anniversary re-release of the album Meteora. We have a brand new song that is an unreleased, never before heard Linkin Park song from 2003 called Lost. The music for that is now on Spotify, now on Apple Music, anywhere, any DSP where you listen to music. It is there's a video up, brand new video on YouTube. Go check that out. And the box set, the 20th anniversary of Meteor, comes out on April 7th. In the meantime, we'll be doing some stuff like this, chatting with you guys. And actually, that leads me to the other question that got asked. Somebody was paying attention when I did a couple interviews this week, and I mentioned what I've been doing on the side, which is I've been producing and writing for some other people, but I actually have a solo song that I didn't intend to come out this month, but it got put in the new Scream movie. So I have a song called In My Head. It's a solo song, and it's since it's in the movie, it's coming out with the movie in the next month, I think. So yeah, you guys are gonna get brand new Linkin Park, brand new Mike Shinoda, and probably some other things. I mean, actually, you're gonna get more than just this new one Linkin Park song, because you're gonna get the other songs that are on Meteor 20. So okay, so let me look through. So are you guys looking at any of the questions in the questions for LP channel?
Nah, not me.
It's a little overwhelming. There's a lot.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Discord to be able to kind of dive into that.
Yeah. I just have it open on my phone, and I'm just like looking through stuff here. I guess somebody said they thought that there was a demo called Take Away My Pride, and they're wondering if Lost is if that was an early version of Take Away My Pride. I have no idea. I feel like Take Away My Pride might have been a song title that the fans came up with. So if we didn't name it that, then I don't know what that is. Do you guys have any idea? Does that ring a bell for you guys?
Not for me,
I guess.
no.
I mean, are those lyrics even in that song? I don't recall.
I don't think they are.
Yeah, there must be something else. Take away my pride.
Yeah. Do you remember when we did the art wall for Meteora? Joe, it was me and you and Frank and Boris did the majority of the painting, and then once we were at a pretty good spot with it, the other guys came in and they added some things. And I remember Chester wrote a bunch of lyrics on there that some of which didn't make the album. Like they were in progress lyrics. that didn't show up. So, I don't know if that type of a thing, if the lyrics came from something like that or what. But that was just a weird. I remember when he did it, I was like, oh man, don't write those on there. Those aren't like, some of those are not going to make the record.
There's a, so I'm looking it up. There is a YouTube video. There's like a little snippet or Chester singing "Thoughts That Take Away My Pride."
Mm.
But I have no idea what that's from.
I'm looking it up too.
It's from an
Somebody,
LPTV episode.
yeah.
It's from a what?
LPTV episode,
Oh, got it.
but it's definitely not this song.
Yeah.
How do I look at the questions?
If you go on the left side of the Discord window, are you on your phone or on your laptop?
Computer.
So on the left side, if you scroll down to right above the stage under band Q&A, there's a hashtag questions for LP, and you can click on that and go check them out in there. Somebody asked what made us pick the cover of Meteora, pick that particular photo. I don't know. I just liked, there's something about, it's intuitive for me. Like the image of Boris, the image of Boris and the spray can in front of the wall, it just was a,
Yeah, I think I just remember, we had done that big art day or two with the wall, and then there was just random stuff being captured all throughout the process. And I think the whole idea of that was to create, art, and also potentially get obviously an album cover and whatever else out of it that we could. And then just seeing a handful of the different, there's so many different images and ideas that came out of it. But I think we all gravitated towards that particular image pretty quickly. And then the process of just kind of really narrowing in on which one would actually, eventually be the cover.
dude, you guys, I have some very exciting news for some of the like hardcore fans. I just found the clip that they're talking about that thoughts that take away my pride, and it is indeed lost. It was a lyric that we were playing around with, and I think it was over the bridge. And yeah, just like trying it out over the bridge, and he sang it, and then he was like, I messed it up, and he like yelled, and then lost was thoughts to take away my pride, and that lyric got removed. It just wasn't as good as what we ended up with. So there we go. There's your answer. We have resolution on this. This is one of the in the fan base, there's like certain songs and demos that they're like, where is this one? We knew this existed. Like, it's a mystery. And this is one of the, Picture Board. This is one of the ones that they've been, focused on. So,
Mike, you just solved a mystery in real time. That was very exciting.
yeah, no, I didn't realize I had never found the link that they were talking about, like the specific clip. And yeah, this song is lost, is that song. Crazy.
See,
yeah, all right.
I knew we could do something right in this kind of a format.
This has been, if nothing else happens today, that realization is a big deal. That is a really fun. That's great.
We solved that mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, perfect.
I've played Fortnite. Have you guys played Fortnite?
Yeah, I've
Dude,
played, I've
I
I've
you
played a
know what
little
the thing
bit.
for me, the reason I stopped is because the like little sweaty builder dudes who run around and build like humongous Empire State buildings every 5 seconds. I can't play that. I can't do that. That's super annoying.
I think the technical term for that, Joe, is being old. Yeah. I'm I only know that because I have the same thing. I get a little I get a little like car sick.
Joe, there's this. Do you guys remember the LPU album Cookies?
Of course.
Do you remember the fan backlash from that putting that out?
I I I knew there was going to be backlash because there is for anything, especially if it's going to be a little bit different, but that obviously was very different and I don't think I realized at the time how there was an expectation of the LPU CD being a particular thing, and when that wasn't met, I feel like a lot of people misunderstood that as us like giving them a little bit of a middle finger, when in reality I felt like, especially I remember me, you, Mike, and Chester just sitting around and laughing so hard and thinking that everybody else is gonna like love this because they don't get to see this side of our sense of humor very often. And then in some ways, for some people, that was such a backfire. Like it was such a miss.
I remembered people posted in on the message board or whatever of LPU. They said this album is a slap in the face. It's a slap in the face for the fan base. I was just like, you guys are taking this way too seriously.
Slap in the fan face.
Slap in the fan face. Um, yeah, I remember doing the like when we were on tour. I remember doing the album art for that insane like
Ever.
rainbow cover art
Uh-huh.
with all you guys, but like in particular, Chester obviously he kept coming over and being like, "Oh, do this, like do this," and I'd like take a picture of his face, and like put it on the. I remember taking the picture of his face in like some airport somewhere and putting it on the cover.
Yeah. I remember we were flying somewhere. Me and you were flying, sitting next to each other, and I just kept telling you like ridiculous things that I wanted to see you try to make in that was it Illustrator? I can't remember what
Yeah, it was
program you were
Illustrator.
using. But it would just be I was just like, all right, you're like, okay, what do I do next? And, I want to see like an elephant, and then it'd be like, and give him a broadsword. Okay,
Right.
let's do like a let's do like an Arizona style cactus, and like just like random whatever came into my head, and then we would just laugh whenever you'd create like a little cartoon version of it.
Yeah. I'm looking at the
People, I
cover
don't.
right now. It's so dumb.
People don't. I don't. I think people also don't realize probably how fast and good you are at that. Where I was telling you, like, make one of those characters, and in like 2 minutes, there'd already be a pretty done version of it. And so we just did that for 20 minutes, and you had like
Oh no, Dave, are you there? We
Yeah.
lost you.
Did you
Oh,
lose
there
me?
you are. There, yeah, we just lost you at the
Okay.
end of that.
Okay.
Okay, I'm shocked though that anybody could get a CD from Linkin Park is called "Sweet Hamster Like Jewels from America!" exclamation point, and expect that it was going to be like,
Yeah.
you know, sound like Hybrid Theory. Like I don't understand how they missed that step. That made no sense to me. Um, right. That's funny. I was DMing on a different note. There are a bunch of questions about the lost video. I was DMing with Emily for the folks listening. That's People Pleaser. The video was made. The directors in charge of the video were People Pleaser and Mashe Kushiara, and Joe and um, there were actually a couple of other like kind of groups in charge of like some VFX and AI stuff, but the word has gotten around on Twitter about this AI Linkin Park video, and I realized that for some people who don't understand how videos get made or how where AI is at or how AI works at this point, that they thought we literally just like text prompted, like typed Linkin Park anime video and it like just spit out this video. Like that would be incredible if we could actually do that. But the people were like trash talking it on Twitter as if that's a thing. Um, it is not a thing. Um, let's be clear, I would love to be able to type some text prompts into a computer and get incredible imagery out and be able to like put that together into a video. That would be spectacular. That is not what happened. And furthermore, right. Well, not only that, but there's the concern about like AI that pulls from like steals from other artists. And so let me just be very clear. And for everybody listening, if you see this garbage online, you can help us out a lot by letting them know politely that is not how the video was made, that it was not trained on other people's artwork. So the video was made by in conjunction with the artists I just told you about. They are the video basically has like three main components. There is the anime in the video, the Linkin Park footage in the video, and the AI. The anime in the video is original art from Mashe, and in particular from Mashe, but also with People Pleaser. And then the footage in the video is original footage. So we got original art and original footage, and then the AI acts as like an effect where they trained the AI to look at the original anime and make the original video footage look like the anime. So it's basically when people complain about, oh, AI is like not original material, like this is an application of AI where that actually solves that. So I was really, when I was talking to Emily about it, it was like I was actually really pleased at how um, like that her philosophy about it was really um, what's the word I'm looking for? Like I liked her philosophy about it. She wanted it to focus it on original material, not on anything that wasn't. So that's just a heads up on that topic. Um, the Emily's like like final her drop the mic moment about that conversation was, if they think it's so easy, then they should do it. Right? Yeah, if it's as easy as like Mid-Journey, if you just type some words into a Discord channel and spits out a video, then knock yourself out. You go make a video.
I kind of, my take on any reaction that was like that was just kind of like, if you need to choose to be upset about something, then there you go. Like, I just feel like,
Hey, hang on a second. Some people are saying they can't hear Joe. Oh boy. Great.
I can hear Joe.
Yeah, I can too. Joe, will you go on your Discord in Discord? Go on the left side under stage. Click on stage real quick. Well, I thought you said you were on your laptop. Well, okay, so on your phone, go open up Discord and scroll and like swipe left to right, and then click on stage, and make sure that your mic is unmuted and that you've entered the. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. Can everybody hear me, and can everybody hear Joe? Let's see if we fixed that. Okay, some people can hear Joe, and some people can't. If you can't hear Joe, close Discord and open it back up and see if that fixes it.
I thought, which is not nice, but I thought what you were going to say was, if you can't hear Joe, then consider yourself lucky. But I thought that's what you were going to say, Mike. And that I've got to get moving on to the next thing. But before I go, I just wanted to say hello to the current that I see 2,700 people or so that are in here. So, hi, Hey Cupcake, hi RC, hi Katoda, hi Wilder, hi MPC, hi Azure Path, hi Punkemo666, hi Resurrector. But I gotta bounce, guys.
All right,
Thank
Dave.
you, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave Phoenix Barrel. The Discord. I'm looking at. Let's do like a couple more questions. How many more questions do you want to do, Joe? All right. Yeah, if you can't hear Joe, restart your Discord. Oh, I've got to scroll way up because they were responding in the questions for LP section. Joe, what do you remember about the Rapology songs that we did? I mean, they said, have you ever thought about remastering some of those old tracks from that era? I think, I don't even know if we could. That's a deep cut. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a different question. Infinity TX wants to know what Transformers robots were your favorites. Wasn't that a really big one? A really big one. Hmm. I always loved Starscream. Starscream as a toy, but not as a. I think in the it wasn't in the TV show. Wasn't he really annoying? Yeah, that sucked. Hmm. 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 Um, do you have a favorite thing in the Meteora 20 box set, Joe? Favorite song, favorite clip, favorite item? Yeah. Hmm. Mm. Mm. Hmm. The what was the initial? What was the question? What did I ask you? Oh, the favorite thing. Yeah, that same song. I think "Fighting Myself" is my is. By the way, a piece of like a exclusive alpha about that song. That one actually has rapping on it, so that's a little different from Lost. Um, a little bounce to it. Um, yeah. Mm, yeah. Oh my God! Somebody asked if you still like frogs. Can you tell them, Joe? Could you now that we're so far away from we're so many years past the frog thing? Can you please explain tell the story of the frogs to these guys, to these people? there was a moment when you were like, why can we please stop? It was like, why are they doing this every night, bringing so many frogs? And you did get, it was too much, like at a certain point, because everybody was, every meet and greet, every time we met fans, they were like all bringing you frog stuffed animals and stickers and all this shit. Yeah, they were being very nice. Yeah. I don't think so. I feel like I wasn't the one who said that you loved frogs. I don't think I was the one. Yeah, that's true. It could have been. Anna was into frogs. She did love frogs back then. We had a frog at one point, like a tree frog or something. Actually, she had two, but Rainbow Connection. Thank you, Joe. Appreciate that. If anybody followed me on Twitch, that definitely came up. I don't know. There were a couple streams where they got me doing voices, and it was like quality Twitch streaming. Um, oh wow. Thank you, Joe. That is premium like Twitch content. I have not been streaming. I mean, barely at all. It's just been very busy. Um, but if I get back to it, uh, th- that's true, huh? The Donut King, if they said that they saw, oh, excuse me, saw an interview where we mentioned that Lost wasn't on Meteora. The song Lost didn't make Meteora because it was too similar to Numb. Do you
Oh,
do you think it's similar, or do you think, how would you describe it?
sorry, I cut
Uh-oh.
out for a sec.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Um,
Do you think it's similar?
I could see why we would say that at the moment, because I think if you look at all the elements of what we were trying to do, and I think we like part of it was like there were some things that we wanted to prove at the time as far as versatility and the type of music and the variety of music that uh, we wanted to be known that we could make. Um, I could see what, and I don't remember exactly, but I could see why we would come to the conclusion of like, okay, this is similar. And then also like, I think there was something about, maybe it wasn't a major thing, but maybe it played into it a little bit as far as if we put the song out because it's a great song that has a certain quality to it, more attention would be given to that than some of the other vibes that we would want to get out. I don't think that would come into play today, but um, I remember having some of those conversations back then.
Mm. Um, Jesus. They were saying that like your mic has been going in and out. This is so strange. Because I can hear you fine. I don't know why they can't, but
Yeah.
they can hear you now. So can you
Okay.
start over like what you were talking about at the very beginning of this Q&A? Can you just tell us all of the stories again?
Yeah. So I don't really love frogs, but I think it's okay that people think that I do. But it would be great if it was more known that I love CGC Slab 9.8 comics from Silver or Golden Age. I like that more
So
than frogs.
have them bring. People should bring very expensive comic books to you.
Yes.
Got it.
Yes.
Great.
Or
Fantastic.
I mean, I'll broaden it out and say just very expensive anything that has high trade value.
Joe will accept expensive timepieces, expensive jewelry.
Yeah. Stock certificates.
Actually, I say jewelry but just because it's like a thing that came to my mind as expensive, but I don't think you don't ever have you ever gone through a phase where you've like worn like not like a watch, but like jewelry?
Well, I guess what the watches are kind of jewelry for men, so that kind
Yeah.
of that counts. Yeah, I mean I went through like a little Chrome Hearts little phase and that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, but it's just I actually like jewelry a lot, but it's kind of like it gets in the way of movement. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what stops me from wearing it. Plus, it's like it's a expensive habit. Uh, but yeah, I still like keep like certain things that have like sentimental value. Things
Yeah.
that are given to me by special people. Things like that.
Oh man.
What about you? How's your
Um,
bling game?
my bling game. Yeah, I don't have any bling.
I just picked up
I like watches. That's about it.
I just got one of those Omega swatches. That's
Mm.
kind of cool. But
Mm.
yeah, I remember the people at the Swatch store being kind of mean. It's like I feel like they don't like selling these watches because everyone's asking for it, and you come in and ask for it, and they're just really annoyed because it doesn't help them out anymore than just coming in to buy a Swatch watch. But that's I won't give specifics and call anyone out, but that's the experience I've had. And then when you go those look at nice watches, the expensive ones, they're like kind of too cool for school because they know you're not going to buy it or they think you're not going to buy it.
We have a question. There was a question a while ago here by Peter Parker
Did
who
he pick Pep?
asked, "What? Huh? What did you say?"
Did he pick Pep?
Peter Parker. He swung
Oh,
by
oh
and
shoot! I'm supposed to be on this other call. Let me. I gotta
oh
bounce.
no.
Sorry, guys.
All right.
All right, bye.
Okay. See you, Joe. All right, guys. This Discord stage has been a real mess. I don't know with what is wrong with the stage. Thank you guys for tuning in. Yeah, Meteora box set will be out at the end of the first week of April, and Lost new song from the Meteora era, unearthed on a hard drive and polished up for your consumption, is out now on your Spotify's and Apple and Amazon Music's. Definitely go check out the video on YouTube for Lost. And be on the lookout for more surprises. Is this launch is not the finish line of this launch was not the video that just came out. The launch is ongoing. Keep an eye on linkinpark.com and keep an eye on our socials and stay here hanging out in the Discord. We will see you guys around.
There you go, guys. So it's not the end of Linkin Park as we know it. We've got some more stuff coming out this year. If you make this far in the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe and leave a comment below. Thank you all again for tuning in. It's been my first real long video in a long time. So thank you all and good night.